What's going on, New Law Church? So good to see you guys. I hope you've been enjoying our series in freedom. Today, we are jumping into the tree of life, which is my favorite tree. Today's key verse is Galatians 5:13. It says, "For you are called to freedom, brothers and sisters." Have you ever heard of a life hack? A life hack is basically it's a quicker way to finish something, or it's a cheaper way to accomplish something. So there's life hacks on how to make a grilled cheese. If you Google life hack, you'll get websites. You'll get millions and millions of things on life hacks. Now life hacks are awesome. It shaves minutes off of your days. But here's what I can tell you. There's one thing there's no life hack for, and that's time in the Word. And in the context of this Devo, there is no life hack to freedom. The only way you can really start your journey of freedom is through time in the Word, time with Jesus, your porch time. And I like to call this biblical grit. Biblical grit. There's no way around freedom except getting biblical grit. So here's some examples that I found in the Word of biblical grit. And you have Noah with that massive boat that it took him decades to build. There had never been any rain, and this guy is building a boat. People were making fun of him. He had biblical grit. Abraham and Sarah having Isaac at an old age. Jacob serving Laban for too many years. Joseph toiling in the Egyptian prison. Moses with the complaining Israelites for 40 years in a desert. But then you have a lot of mentions. You got Gideon, Samson, David, Samuel, the disciples. You had Mary, you had Paul. All these people had grit, but we can't. We gotta talk about Jesus. The man with the most grit, who's sitting in the Garden of Gethsemane saying, "Father, please take this cup from me. Not my will, but yours." That takes grit. And with relentless determination, he goes to the cross. I love that about Jesus. He had grit. He had discipline. He took time to stay in the Word. And you can't find this word grit in the Bible anywhere, but you can find some synonyms. You've got steadfast, you have endurance, and there's only a few ways you can get those things, and it's by adversity. And James says it this way: to face trials of many kind. We've got to have grit. We've got to have discipline to stay in the Word and to turn from evil. Finding freedom is getting in the Word. And I'm going to share in a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds really, on some practical ways to stay in the Word, how to get in the Word, how to create that discipline, that focus on how to stay in the Word. Galatians 5:1 says this: "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free." So what we have to understand is that Jesus wants us free. That's why he went to the cross. That's why we have salvation free for us, because he wants us free. And then it says it allows us to stand firm. So here's some practical steps that have helped me in the past. And they're pretty cheesy, but they really help me. The first one is make your quiet time like Christmas morning. So get everything ready, get your coffee ready, the place where you're gonna sit down, get it clean and comfortable. And so when you wake up, it's easy to get your coffee, and you kind of get excited to get in that comfortable spot. I get really distracted sometimes whenever I'm in my porch time, and so I read everything. I've got prayer journals, these books of prayer that I pray over my wife, pray over my family. I have this Spurgeon book and this E.M. Bounds book that I pray, and it's just absolutely amazing, and it allows me to not deviate from my morning. I have music that I keep on the background, and it really helps me stay focused. But the caveat is I've got my phone next to me, and sometimes I get super distracted. I'll jump on social media, and that helps with the next point is I don't sweat the mess up or the missed days. If I miss a day or I mess up and I get on social media while I'm in my porch time, I get back on track and I focus and I don't freak out. God's not freaking out, so we should not freak out. Make a plan and stick to it. That's massive. But this really helps me. Marcus told our staff this, Pastor Marcus told our Greater Little Rock staff this, that the future of our church, the future of our family, the future of our business, the future of our friends is found in your porch time. And so knowing that I have things that I've got to get into in order to have that plan, in order to know that my future is secure, in order to know that the future of a successful marriage, the future of a successful family is in the Word, I'm going to dig into the Word. I'm going to find some golden nuggets in God's Word to help me lead my family, help me lead my wife. And that gets me excited. I hope that gets you excited. Share some best practices in the comments on how you get in the Word, how you stay in the Word. But my prayer for us, New Life, is that we have some biblical grit and that we, on this journey, can find freedom. Love y'all.